Hey guys, welcome back to another session. In this tutorial number 15, which is a part 2 of tutorial number 14, we'll be talking about our pending concepts of web element interactions via Selenium commands. And the language which we are using over here is Java. So once again, welcome back to Techify Zone. It's your own channel where we both learn together automation testing. Okay. So let's talk more about automation testing related to different set of commands which are left from the previous session. And if you have still not gone through the previous one, the part 1 session, I must recommend go and watch the part 1 and then come back to this session so that you have a base understanding, your foundation is clear so that we can automate further. Okay. So leftover topics from the last one. We have weights in Selenium, your web browser interaction commands. Commands, your handling alerts. Okay, so these three topics are pending from the past tutorial. Let's talk more about it. Okay, first of all, let's talk about weights. So how many types of weights there are in Selenium? And this is a very pretty question, kind of a well-versed question in interviews as well. If you're preparing for any interview for your automation testing role, even for the senior role as well, you must know how many types of weight we have. So technically, we have three different set of weights which are mostly popular. One is your implicit. Okay. Another one, I would say it's your explicit. Okay. And then we have your fluent weight. Okay. So what is the difference between all three? First of all, implicit is a global weight. Okay. Which is irrespective of any condition, any different set of kind of checks. It applies throughout your script because it's logged in into your directly to driver. It's directly tagged to your driver. So whatever the commands, whatever the driver is having a command related to find elements, okay, specifically for click, for send keys, for clear, these types of command will auto trigger the implicit weight because it's a global weight, right? Then we talk about explicit wait. Okay, explicit wait is kind of an which handle the asynchronous functions, which are like your condition checking. Okay, whenever you are logging to any application, suppose there is a specific text which you want or specific button which is actually not populated and it populates after any action and you don't know the time. Sometimes it can appear in 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds as well, depending upon your server performance. Okay, so in that case, you can add down a maximum weight, but with a condition until it's visible, until it's present, right? Until your expected element is present. So once we have a condition, so it doesn't mean that if I added a wait of 30 seconds, it will wait for 30 seconds. No. Once my condition is met, it will directly jump out of that particular wait and go to the next command. So even if my wait is for 30 seconds and I got my element in 5 seconds, the maximum wait time will be for 5 seconds only. Okay, so it is a conditional wait, okay, with a check. Whereas your fluent ways is a advanced version of explicit wait, which also has a polling rule, which means that it do accept the condition as well, but also it keep on checking after every seconds. Okay, after every like 2 second or 3 second, if I have added a polling, it will keep on checking the specific whether it's met or not, whether that condition has met or not. We usually apply the fluent weight whenever we have like kind of a spinners or a progress bars or the whenever you perform any action on the screen. If you see there is a kind of a rolling button or a spinner or any specific progress bar image which the developer has provided you over there, which is kind of not static. I must say it's a very dynamic one, right? Because sometimes it will wait for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and it's also the DOM properties specifically are appearing very responsive properties are there. There are very responsive properties for these progress bars too, because they don't appear on the DOM all the time. They only appear in the DOM whenever there is a specific time or a specific when you click on any button for any something which requires a loading. then only it appears. So in that case, I think Fluent Wait, we can go ahead with that. Okay, until and unless 99% people are using this one, Explicit. Okay, they do use in the start, like before test or before test suite, we do initialize whenever we are initializing anything like drivers or anything like that, or variables, we do initialize the implicit weight as well, but we also use the explicit weight. So there is a question now, it's an interview question, okay, which I usually ask, and it's a kind of a confusing for most of them whose fundamentals are not clear. So my question is, if I have applied an implicit weight of 30 seconds on the global, okay, in the global I have applied the weight of 30 seconds as an implicit, also in the same code I'm using explicit weight with a 30 seconds again. So technically for that element, will my weight will be doubled as 60 second, or it will give the priority to implicit weight or explicit weight, or it will throw me an ambiguity or exception from the compiler side? What will be the answer? Any guess? So the answer is explicit weight will get the priority over implicit weight always. So technically, if I have a 30-second explicit wait, only 30 seconds it will wait. It will not double it up with implicit, because my priority is explicit wait. So my first priority is explicit, then it will go to the next condition or a next line if it is met. So my implicit wait is technically overridden by the explicit wait. Okay. So this is a kind of priority order. Even for the fluent weight and implicit weight, if you have a fluent weight and implicit weight on the global, same fluent weight will get the priority over implicit weight. Okay. Okay then. Let's try to automate any website. Uh, I had a website earlier. Just give me a second, which I had a code. Okay. I had, yeah, over here. Let me remove this. Okay, and let me remove this one as well, which, yep. So I have this website, which is a kind of a blogspot which I found out over and over the internet only. Okay, so first, what is implicit weight? Okay, so let me create an implicit weight, which is driver dot manage dot timeout. Okay, dot implicit. Okay, let's, yeah, implicit weight. So over here we need to pass down two parameters. First, one is my, suppose I need to add up implicit weight of 30 seconds, but I need to make sure that this is seconds. So I need to give a time unit, okay, which is of seconds. Once I hit it, so technically my implicit weight will wait for maximum wait of 30 seconds, because the time unit is seconds. If I add it to minutes, it will wait for minutes, but more than 30 seconds, it's not a good automation standard. Maximum weight you can apply is 30 to 60 seconds, not more than that. Okay. Okay. So I've added up over there. I will go to this website. Let me launch this website on my, this over here. Okay. This is the kind of a blogspot which I find it over Google only. Okay. I'll try to interact with it. Okay. And let's see what kind of, so first point is like, it can be a responsive, okay, or it can be irresponsive. Like, okay, let us try with any other website as well. HRMS Orange Demo. We have a HRMS Orange Demo website with us. Yeah, over here. Let us use this one first, and then we'll go with that one for the next topic. Okay, driver dot get over here. Okay, and driver dot, I will say driver dot find elements. Okay, find element elements by dot class. I thought it was a name last time we automated this, right? By dot name, it's username, then your send keys, which is your admin, and same I will copy it and paste it over here. And let me go ahead with this password. Admin password is admin123. 123. Okay. Now let us go with the driver dot find elements by dot maybe XPath. Let's try with the XPath, and this is going to be a click method because it's a login button. Okay, so over here, let me go ahead with this one, the div. Okay, div class button. Okay, let me even check whether this XPath is correct, which I've created or not. Yep, it's correct. Okay, I'll click on it, and then I'll wait for my any of the element after by dot maybe XPath again. Okay, and if I need to click on it, okay, let me type down admin 3, enter. It will go to the next page where we have this, right? So let me use this one. Okay, and I'm sign off menu item. Here we have 11 items. Okay, so we also have a spam for here, which is an admin. Okay, let's use this one and do a backend span. Okay, text, and let me go ahead with this is spam. Yeah, this is the parent, and then we'll go ahead with this. Okay, we got 101. Okay, then let me try to click. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to log in to a website. After login, I'm trying to hit this. Okay, technically, if I'm not using any wait, it should fail because the moment it's hitting after even millisecond, it's trying to hit this button. But though my button is not present because after login, it takes around 2 to 3 seconds, right? So it should give me an exception. So let me comment the implicit wait and let's try if it is getting the exception or not. See, even I got the exception on the first ad because my login was this particular driver dot get actually executed first and it was not able to find out this one. Okay, so even it got that too. Okay, so what okay, so value name. So let me check whether the XPath was even correct or not, because we wrote it without even inspecting it. Just yep, name, it was an input tag by name, username, by password, that is correct. Okay, so this was not able to find it. Let me activate this and let's see what will it change something, or it's still same. See, it changed, and even we clicked on the login admin button. What happened actually? So technically we were not having any wait. Okay, so by default my timeout was 0 seconds, and this actually was so fast, this not the application but this command was so fast that application loaded a little bit late, and after this my compiler directly tried to hit this particular command, but my application was not loaded. That means my element was not present yet, so technically it thrown me an exception earlier, no such element found exception, right? So if I added up this, a simple line, it's taking care of my all waits on a global site. Okay, that's your synchronized wait, which you are taking care. Now let's talk about some asynchronous call and say asynchronous wait using the explicit one. Okay, so what if I am not using this? Technically, even if I am using this, let us go with the another approach, which is your WebDriver. Let us make it a global as well. Okay, WebDriver wait. Let me do wait is equal to new WebDriver wait. Okay, so what we have duration timeout and driver, and over here I will say duration dot of seconds. Okay, and then I can pass down 30, which means that explicit wait will also maximum timeout for explicit wait is 30 seconds. So if I hit the login button, after login, I want to use the explicit wait instead of the implicit wait so that it can wait for the admin button to load and then it will click. Okay, so technically wait, its syntax is wait dot until. Okay, expected conditions. So now most of the people actually get confused over here. We have two, one is interface, one is class. So you need to use the class, not your interface. Okay, try to avoid these kind of mistakes. Dot element to be clickable. Okay, which element I need to be clickable? This one. So technically I need to use the by, complete by, and pass into it and then semicolon. So now my explicit wait will take over command and it will have the higher priority as compared to my implicit wait. Okay, let we run it. Let us run it again. It's going to load the page. It's going to log in. Yeah, super fast. It's going to admin, super fast. See? So even if I was having a 30-second wait, we don't have to wait for 30 seconds. It was so dynamic, so fast that we went over, right? Okay, so now we went over that, and later on we have the last wait we have is a fluent wait. Fluent wait is nothing else, but it's a kind of a wait which is your like wait dot your polling every, which means that I need to provide the duration dot of seconds, which is 2. After every 2 seconds, it will be do a polling. Okay, so that will change your whole explicit into an fluent. Okay, let us do like this. And you can also manage the timeout. You can also manage the script execution wait. Everything you can manage. See, everything is working smoothly even with the fluent wait. So fluent wait don't have any separate index. So don't syntax. So don't get confused. It's just adding and converting the explicit into fluent only. I'm just trying to do that. Okay. So very simple topic, man. Very simple topic. Just don't get confused in the weights. Now our what we covered is we already covered the wait. Now let us cover with the some your browser commands as well. Okay, browser commands. So what are the browser commands? One is your close and one is your quit. Okay, so these are the two methods. One is your driver.close, one is your driver.quit. But what is the difference between? And this is also one of the interview question, right? So suppose you have 3 tabs open and you're working on the third tab. You want to close that third tab. So you will do driver dot close, not quit, because closing will take you back to the second even to the parent content, and it will close only the current open instance of your or a tab of your browser. It will not close the whole browser. Whereas your driver.quit will completely close your browser. So technically, my now driver is not holding any instance. My whole work of driver got shut down. Okay. So that's the use or difference between close and quit. Close will close only the tab, but your quit will close complete tabs, all the tabs, no matter how many tabs you have, and browser. Okay. So that's the basic over here. Okay. Let me show you as well. Okay, so what we can do is we have one let me comment this out first of all. Even before login, let me comment this out, and we have something called okay, let me do one thing. We have this orange service which is actually opening up a new tab. Okay, let's use this and see the difference between close and over here. Okay, let's use this. Inspect, and I'm going to inspect this. I'm going to okay. So this is the my okay. Let us do one thing. A text Mm-hmm. See, we have the XPath, and let us do one thing. Driver dot find element by dot XPath, and pasting that dot click. Here we go. Dot click. So technically, whenever I'm going to click on it, it's going to shift the control to the next. It's going to open up a new tab, but your driver is still on the first tab. So how you going to shift your driver's control to the next tab? Any idea? Remember your previous session where we actually learned about window handles? Okay, let's do a practical example with the window handles as well. Okay, so technically I have opened up this. So window handles will return a set of strings which I need to take care. Okay, so what I need to do is driver dot get window handles. Okay, so what it will do is it will pass down all the window IDs into this particular set. Okay, now what we need to do is first let us take a string which is a parent string, parent window. Okay, and do a driver dot get window handle, not, yeah, over here. Okay, so I've stored my parent one. Okay, now let us do a for loop. Okay, so let us do string s is equal to colon window. It's a for each loop which I'm doing. So if my parent window dot equals your s, and I will add a not. Okay, so if this is the case, then driver dot switch to dot window s. Cool. So technically I'm switching my control from the first window to second window. Okay, now I've shifted my control from the first window to second window, and now I can interact with this window as well. Suppose I need to interact with this one. Okay, let us interact with this one. This is the text element. It's a type email. Okay, email name, we have a name. Private dot find element by dot xpath. Okay, sorry, I was having a name, right? Name, and here we go. Dot sendKeys, and we can enter Techify Zone @gmail.com. Okay, though it's not a correct one, but still. Okay, now after writing this, let us wait, implicitly wait for this that dot sleep for 2 seconds so that you can have a view of it, and then do a driver dot close just to see what happens. Okay, if you are still not clear about this one, go and see the part one, and then you will get a clarity, and then come back to this one. Okay, let us quickly execute it. Okay, it was so fast that it opened the next one. It's 2 second wait. Over here it's gonna type and it's gonna do a driver dot close. See, it closed the tab. It didn't close the browser. It closed the tab, but it didn't close the browser. Now let me do one thing. Let me click over here. Okay, I've uncommented it just to check why technically my driver control is back from the second window to the first window or not. Okay, so I will add a wait over here as well because it was so fast that you guys didn't see it properly, right? Let us add a wait. Okay, and let me add a maximize window as well. Okay, chalo, let's go. It maximized, it opened, it will add my admin and password. Okay, wait for 2 seconds, it will launch the next tab, it will enter that email ID over there. Again, it will wait for 2 seconds and then it will close that browser. It will try to log in, but I think it will show a exception. Why? Why it threw the exception? Because right now I have only one tab. Guys, because you guys we shifted the control to second window, but we forgot to shift it back to the parent window, right? So after closing, do a driver dot switch to dot default content. Okay, it will shift back your control to your parent window. Let us do, okay. If this not work, we have the second option for two. So you need to be like think smartly whenever you're coding, because most of the people in automation testing I have seen, they actually start learning and do these kind of mistakes. Okay, our default content didn't work technically, so I have another option which I told you earlier. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not working. Switch to window. Okay, parent ID. That's why I took this. I captured my parent window. Now let's go for it. Admin, new tab, ID, email ID, then it's closing, and now let us see whether it's going to hit the login button or not. See, it hit the login button and we are on the dashboard. We are back in the control. So we got a pass. So that's how we learned about browser and close and open, right? Okay, now let us do one thing. Our last topic is which is handling alerts. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let me create a new file over here. This one is Selenium Java tutorial, right? Yeah. So close others, save it. Do I have any file Selenium intro? Okay, tutorial 2, Selenium intro. Okay, let me create a Java file over here. Class handling alerts. Okay, let me finish it. Okay, so driver is equal to new Chrome driver, and then driver dot get. Okay, let me copy the URL from the previous one. So here. Okay. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are basically trying to handle the weight. Okay, there are multiple ways to handle the weight. In the kind of, we can accept, we can dismiss. Okay, so we have accept method, we have dismiss method, sorry, we have send keys inside the weight as well. Okay, we have get text, okay, inside the weight as well. Okay, so guys, accept means that whenever you're getting any kind of a pop-up where you have two buttons, yes or no. So whatever the positive side is, you are accepting it. What are the negative side, like no or cancel? Okay, that is dismiss. Send keys means that whenever you're getting a pop-up where you have to enter something, where you have a text box. Okay, in that case, you can use driver.switch to .alert .send keys. In that, you can pass down your string. It will automatically enter that string into the pop-up. Okay. Then we have GetText. There can be a chance that you are getting an error pop-up. Suppose you are trying to check out something and you hit on the delete button. It will give you a pop-up that are you sure you want to delete it? So that message, are you sure you want to delete it? That's also a validation point for us as a tester, whether you are getting a correct message or not. So you can get that particular text and validate it with the BRD document, whether it's correct or not. Okay. So these are the basic common methods which you can use, like using the driver dot switch to dot alert dot these methods. See, accept, dismiss, get text, send keys. These are the abstract methods. Why I'm calling as abstract, you can see over here. If I copy this by this is void over alert, and these are the abstract methods, because over here, just see, you can see A. Okay, so this denotes that whether that particular class or whether that method is an abstract or not. Abstract means which don't have any like a body. It's just a declaration of the method in the abstract class, and then which is overridden later on wherever that abstract class is implemented, inherited. Okay. So if I do accept, it will technically click the positive button on the pop-up. If I do dismiss, same goes with the dismiss as well. See, and same goes with get text. It will technically get me the text. Okay, so let us navigate to this website first, and let's navigate to that. Okay, we have already opened up. So okay, we have this method. okay, this button where we can click. See, if you click on it, it's throwing me a pop-up which is having a text, which is having a one button. So let's do one thing. Input value. See, we have it, and then let's go for it. So driver dot find element by dot xpath stem dot click. Okay, but maybe this application is slow. So again, let us do a implicit wait. Driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicit wait and duration. You can go ahead with this. Okay, which is 30 seconds dot time unit as seconds. Okay, let's go for it. Click, and if it clicks, let me do a thread dot sleep because I want you to see that particular bit of 3 seconds. Okay, until, or else it will be so fast that it's going to driver dot switch to dot alert dot dot get text and let us print it. Okay, let us print it and then do a driver dot find, sorry, driver dot switch to dot alert again dot accept, because we just have one button over there. Okay, I need to throw an exception, interrupted exception. Yeah, go ahead and run it. See, it will launch that particular window. It will click on that pop-up. Your pop-up will display on the screen for 3 seconds wait. Hello is the message. It will click on OK and then done. Okay, we are back. See, hello is printed. So GetText works, right? And we have another pop-up over here, which is a get confirmation pop-up. Let us take its XPath as well and check. Only the change is get confirmation. Okay, cool. So let me copy this only. Okay, copy this whole and do a change over here. Get confirmation. Okay, in this case we don't have any text because we are going to get two buttons. Either one is accept and dismiss. So we have already seen the functionality of accept. Let us go with the dismiss. Okay, let me run it again. Yeah, again it's, let me maximize it. Okay, hello, click on OK. Now we have another pop-up, OK and cancel. We also have a get text over there, so you can see I can print that again. Let me print that. Okay, and let me try to add driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, so that I don't have to do it manually again and again. Here we go, it's maximized. It's gonna click on that particular pop-up button, right? Hello, okay, please okay to confirm, press okay to confirm, and then we are back. See, press OK to confirm. Hello. So we have tested the weights as well. This is how you handle the weights. So in this whole tutorial, what we learned? We learned three different concepts. The first one was related to your weights, WebDriver, different implicit, explicit, and Fluent weight. Then we learned about the difference between close and quit. Okay. So technically, you close the window over here. Okay. But what if we quit it? Let us see that too. Sorry if I have missed it. Let us see that too. Okay, so in the previous example, what we did is we opened up two different tabs and we did a close. So close that particular active tab. Okay, but quit will quit the whole browser. See, my browser got terminated over here. Okay, so that was the difference between close and quit. Then we also learned about handling alerts. Okay, So that was your today's session, a quick session on how we handle all these driver interaction commands. Okay, how we handle wait, how we handle alert, how we handle different browser interaction commands. That was the today's session. And the next session, we are going to work on a live project as well, where I'm going to take one website as an example for throughout our upcoming series, and we're going to automate that whole website. Either it can be any website, it can be like any dummy website or any e-commerce website, okay, or any retail or any insurance based website. We can check on the domain basis and we can work on that. Okay, in coming sessions we are going to create a complete project using testng. So don't miss that session. I'm going to install the testng. I'm going to do a setup for the testng as well, going to play around with the different annotations, okay, the different properties of those annotations, and then we'll work towards creating a live project. Okay, and after that, after testng setup and that live project, then we'll introduce a complete framework creation from scratch. Okay, so now this was just a foundation. Till today it was just a very basic foundation which I have taught you. Okay, now the actual study will begin for you. So from now, I would request you don't miss any session, because from now onwards we are going to deep dive into the actual IT automation world. Okay. Okay then guys, thank you so much for your time. If you have not subscribed the channel, do subscribe it for the upcoming, and do hit the bell icon so that you get notified about the all the upcoming updates, all the upcoming notifications you have, okay, so that you don't miss anything. Okay. Keep learning, keep automating. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.